Alright, what's up everybody? Jason Earles here, scratching my nose, and I'm going to answer a bunch of the questions from the little Q&A thing that I set up on Facebook. Got a bunch of them written down. So yeah, I'm just hanging out in the backyard. The dog's kicking it with me, and also, you probably can't see, but way up there, my cat's up there. Okay, so anyway, let's just go ahead and get started. We have Flowy Cyrus, I don't know if that's your real name, wants to know what's your favorite memory from Hannah. And for me, I think my favorite memory was probably when the show finally aired on television. We'd been shooting the show for like months and months, and none of the episodes had aired yet. And then we had a huge party on the stage, and the night that it premiered, and we were all there, and like people were dancing and like hanging out, and there was this big party, and it was cool because it finally felt like a real television show instead of just this silly little, I don't know, this little messing around every day like we were. So anyway, so I think when this show finally aired, that was probably my favorite moment. Wham Seisman, also, I don't know if this is really the real name, wants to know, do you like Harry Potter? And the answer is, yeah, I love Harry Potter. I actually think they're really smart books, and I think that if you haven't listened to them on tape, I know that sounds totally lame, right? But the books on tape are amazing. They're probably better than the actual movies themselves, so I am a huge, huge Harry Potter fan. Amanda Reese Brown wants to know, what's the worst thing you've done when you were a teen? And I'll have to say that probably the worst thing, and my parents probably, hopefully they don't watch this, I did sneak out sort of often to go make out with my girlfriend. Sort of a lot, actually. I spent a whole summer doing this Upward Bound, like, summer school thing, and I snuck out of that place a lot to go make out with my girlfriend. So, yeah, that's what I did. Chanel Pearson wants to know, were you popular in high school? And I don't actually really know. I feel like, there's my dog in the background again. I feel like I participated in a lot of stuff. Like I did student government, and I played lacrosse, and I was in like the smart kid classes, and I did a lot of theater. So I felt like I was a part of a lot of different groups, but I don't really know if I was popular. I think I was really worried about that in the beginning, but by the end, I didn't really care. So that's that. Rachel Branda wants to know if I have any new projects coming up, and the answer to that is maybe. I shot a pilot for Disney a little while ago that went really, really well, and I'm really optimistic that it might go, so hopefully I'll have a new show soon-ish, and if I have any official details on that, I will definitely let you guys know. Nessie Santos wants to know what my favorite color is. It's blue. I love blue. Janine Vera wants to know, what's your favorite song to belt out in the shower? And that definitely has to be I Touch Myself. No, just kidding, that was too easy. I'm sorry for that. That was gross and inappropriate. And is my dog going to the bathroom back there? Probably. Anyway, no, anything Justin Bieber sings, great for the shower. Okay. Miss Teixeira wants to know, what's your favorite song, food, and hobby? My favorite song would be probably Your Ex-Lover Is Dead by Stars. It's a really, really great song, sort of unexpected and has a cool vibe and all that. I love Crunch Wraps from Taco Bell. Yes. And my favorite hobby, I love to play video games and go see movies. I don't know, I'm sort of a loser that way. Jasmine the Perps Lopez wants to know, do you follow fans or get annoyed when they ask you to follow them? And right now I don't follow fans because I don't really know what I'm doing yet with the Twitter. So I'm trying to figure everything out, and then once I have everything figured out, then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I don't get annoyed when people ask. I just haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. So just so you know. Do people ask you about Emily, Mitch, and Miley often? And the question is, in the answer, yes, all the time. But it's cool because they're like family. I love those guys. And we had an amazing time the last 5 years working on the show together. So they're a huge part of my life, and I don't want to forget them, now that it's over. So, when people ask me questions about it, I get a chance to think about it and relive those times. So it's awesome. Ashley Carter wants to know, is that a border collie on my Twitter background? No, that is an Australian Shepherd, and that's my boy. His name's Andy. He's like 2.5 years old now. He's the bomb. He's freaking amazing. I love him. Paula Francisco Reyes wants to know if anybody ever told me that I wasn't going to succeed, and like, how did I handle that? And I don't know if anybody specifically ever told me I wouldn't succeed. I always knew that what I wanted to do was going to be hard, but, you know, I don't know. I always try to surround myself with people that are like really supportive and don't like bring you down, but just sometimes, I don't know, I think it's really more about you. Like, believe in yourself, know what you want, really go for it, and things have a tendency to work out. Sometimes it takes a lot of work and it takes more time than what you would want, but it's good. Let's see. Sage Love, what's the one thing I would say to teens for advice? And it's sort of like what I just said. I would say that the biggest thing, advice, just life advice that I can give you is don't let anybody tell you like who you're going to be and like what you can achieve. The world is totally out there for you to go out and grab. It's like, it's almost impossible to move to LA and be an actor, and I moved here with like no contacts at all, didn't have an agent, didn't have a job lined up, and it took a long time, and I worked really hard, but it worked out, and I'm stoked. I mean, life is good, but it's really about you having the drive and having the confidence and be willing to be told no a lot, and ultimately, you know, you can succeed. So anyway, this has gotten like really long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But one of the questions that I got a ton, and it's probably time to go ahead and clear this up, is a lot of people were like, well, how old are you actually? So, without further ado, I am actually